Nostalgic Gen Z video games. These are all games that were popular over the last 15 years or so, and they definitely bring a wave of nostalgia for people in Gen Z. The first games I'm going to talk about are both the Wii Sports titles. If you didn't play these games, I'm telling you, you missed out. They utilised the Wii's motion controls, which meant they were directly responsible for broken TVs across the globe. Surely I wasn't the only person to play swordplay and just shake the controller, no technique, just pure aggression. The neighbours probably thought I was having a mental breakdown due to how hard I was going. Don't even get us started on the champions, those were stupidly good, and of course the most iconic one is Matt. This guy is the most accomplished martial artist in the Mii universe. He was a champion of both boxing and swordplay. Pick any current boxer and I'll guarantee that Matt'll smoke them. They don't make men like him anymore. For real though, this game was super fun and creative, but do you want to know what else was creative? Minecraft. Who would have thought that a game that is so visually limited would be so limitless? I remember creating a whole treehouse that expanded into a massive sky base full of mini games, portals and dogs. Lots and lots of dogs. And of course, when one died, you had to put a sign down for them, because that's what Stampy used to do. Plus, I'm sure everyone went on creative at some point and made an absolute mess full of mobs and blocks and just everything, spawn eggs all over the place, spamming everything, and you just end up blowing it all up with TNT in the end. You can create anything on this game, and that paired with its online multiplayer and strong online community is a reason why it stood the test of time. But one game that didn't stand the test of time is Angry Birds. This simple yet enjoyable mobile game blew up in the early 2010s and it was tipped to be the next big gaming empire. It was so big that it opened at Angry Birds Park. It was in Lightwater Valley and I went on my 8th birthday, and I can't lie, it was pretty underwhelming to be fair. Underwhelming would become a reoccurring theme with the Angry Birds franchise, with a lot of the spin-off games and films failing to create the same hype that the first few games did. I guess there's only so many times you can launch a bird at some pigs before it gets a bit boring. Repetitive games aren't always a failure though, and one game that proves that is FIFA, or EAFC as it's known now. RIP FIFA. From the outside looking in, it might look like they're releasing the same game year in year out, but there's a lot of changes in a year in the world of football, so it makes sense if you understand. Obviously with the game being based on a real life sport, the ideas create themselves, but one game mode that skyrocketed FIFA's popularity was Ultimate Team. Back in the day it was a lot harder to pack good players. I think the best pack I got was in FIFA 16, Luka Modric. One funny story I have is off when I was younger, and I'm talking about single digits here, so don't judge. I conceded a goal when I was online playing Ultimate Team, so I got mad, smashed my controller off the side, only to find out that the goal I conceded was offside. So I did all of that for nothing. But during the early to mid 2010s, FIFA videos were popping, rage videos, pack openings were all doing really well. YouTubers like KSI and Rota Shaw made the name of it. It was just massive. Another game that had a lot of success on YouTube was Happy Wheels. This was a pretty simple game, but the gore and crazy moments made it a hit. I swear Happy Wheels Unblocked must have been the most searched thing in schools at one point. Who doesn't remember scrolling to the depths of Google looking for an unblocked version of this game during your IT session? After a while though, this game slowly died out, but do you want to know what else died out? Skylanders. Skylanders were the pioneers of the interactive toy games, and the whole concept of having a toy that worked on a game was just something so new at the time. They were so popular at one point, people were going crazy for some of the rare ones. My first one though was Wrecking Ball. I loved Wrecking Ball. The earlier games did really well, but as time went on, the franchise just slowly faded away. You don't see many Skylanders anymore, but one thing you can still collect is Pokemon and Pokemon Go. This game's launch was on a totally new level. Everywhere you looked there was someone playing the game. It was like a childhood dream coming true. My entire summer was dominated by this game, but because I lived in a rural area, I didn't really catch anything good. To put it into context, it got to a point where a Porygon was considered a massive find. I was struggling a little bit. To add insult to injury, there was a time where me and my friend missed out on the Lapras. It wasn't a nice feeling, man. But like all games, the mainstream hype eventually died down. People either got bored or spoofed and caught a million Dragonites to the point where it just wasn't even fun anymore. That said, the game has maintained a strong community and I still play it from time to time. Oh yeah, how can I forget this absolute banger?
I'm back. I play Pokemon Go every day. I play
Simpler times, eh? Speaking of simpler times, let's talk about Fortnite, a game that brought everyone together and absolutely dominated the gaming scene. One thing that made this game great was that there were so many different ways to win. Back in the early days, we'd build trap houses, camp in bushes or ledges, or even just go out there and brawl. One of my favourite memories on this game was back in 2018, right? This guy killed us, he did the hootenanny emote to rub it in, but then he ran straight into our trap. It was absolutely glorious, it was instant karma, and you don't see that often. This game reached a whole new level of mainstream popularity, and I remember the day season 4 dropped. I was in school, I walked past the medical room, and it was full of people trying to skive off to play the game. I can't think of any other game that had that sort of impact. Even though the hype died down, the game still sustained a large player base and community, especially compared to other games, and recently they brought back the Season 5 map, which has massively boosted the player base again. Regardless of how many people say the game's cringe, I'll always have fond memories of it because I had so many good times on there. Another game that sustained a solid player base is Overwatch. This team-based first-person shooter was one of Blizzard's many hits, and it's definitely the most competitive game on this list. I mainly played as Orisa and Reaper, and I've even got a video of me getting my first gold guns.
Hello everyone, it's Yoshi here, and I'm going to be buying my first ever golden gun in this game, so who shall I buy it for? Well, it's obvious, I play the most Reaper, got the most hours on Reaper, probably do the best as Reaper, so oh my god, it's time to get the golden gun. I've got the golden Reaper guns. Oh my god, I can't believe I've actually got them. Wow. Oh wow.
What a moment. With it being a team-based game, there was a lot of rages and finger pointing when things didn't go well though. I can't lie though, there was nothing more frustrating than getting a teammate that would throw or leave on comp. Like, why play comp if you're just going to ruin it for everyone else?
So you're just a cunt.
Yeah, basically, shit happens to me all the time, so sorry.
You could just not do it, we can just win the game.
I don't really feel like it though.
Alright. Can't wait for your account to get banned.
Overwatch 2 released last year, and it's now a free-to-play game apart from the few PvE missions that you have to buy, even though Overwatch 2 was supposed to be a PvE game, but oh well. Before I end this video, I want to give an honourable mention to a game that is no longer with us. RIP Club Penguin.